What's up, everybody? Nick Wright here, your San Diego Realtor, and today we're going to talk about how do you buy a house when you have to sell a house. You need all the money from this house to buy that house, but how do you do it? That's what we're going to talk about today. I've done it so many times before in the past for clients. It's not that hard, and I'm going to break it down, give you your options right now. And as always, if you would like and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Really helps me out, helps get the videos out, and I would definitely appreciate it. All right, so I'm gonna break this down for you guys. So in order for you to purchase your house, you need to get the money out of this existing house, right? That's the only way that most people can feasibly see them doing that. And the biggest thing that I get all the time, sellers always tell me, I don't want to move twice. I don't want to move twice. I don't want to sell this one, go rent a house, and then go live with someone, and then finally get my other house once I can find it. Inventory's tight, so that can be really hard. So it's a very stressful thing to think about, even just moving or selling in general. You'd be like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait, I'm just gonna hold off because I don't know how to get this done. Well, don't stress, it's not that hard. You basically have a few options, and I'm gonna break down kind of what those options are for you. So the most common thing that we use as agents when selling a house that those clients need to purchase as well, it's something called a contingency. So this is a contingency that states that your home sale, the one you're selling, is contingent on you finding or closing on a replacement property. So depending on how you word it and what your contingency is, but in most cases, your sale is going to at least be contingent on you finding that replacement property. And a lot of times, I like to put in there as well that it's contingent on you being able to close escrow on that replacement property. What this does, basically, it just means that you're going to move once and you're not going to be homeless for some reason if that purchase falls apart and you're already in escrow on your sale. Everything's contingent. So, and the way that works on the purchase side of things as well, you're going to have kind of a double contingency. So your home that you live in, that you're selling, will be contingent on the purchase happening, and that purchase happening is going to be contingent on you selling your home that you live in now because you need that money to buy. So it's kind of everything is contingent on everything happening, and this is really the most common way that we do it. So the pros and cons of a home contingency. So as a seller, buyers might see that, oh, okay, that home is contingent on them finding another home, which means I might have to wait to be able to move in because I don't know how long it's going to take for that seller to find a house. In a seller's market, I really wouldn't worry about that because you have all the power. There's not a lot of inventory right now, so buyers are totally willing to work with you if you accept their offer. So I wouldn't worry about that in a seller's market. In a buyer's market, where buyers have a lot of inventory to choose from, this could potentially hurt your sale. Maybe you get a lesser sales price because buyers, have to see some sort of discount to be able to wait for you to find a house. That's the only kind of pro and con there. On the purchase side of things, since your sale is contingent, you are a contingent buyer, which means that you can't buy the house until yours sells. So a seller that you're trying to buy their house is now looking at your offer and saying, oh, this buyer has to sell their house to buy mine, which means you're not really 100% ready to go like other buyers might be that are non-contingent, that are 20% down, just traditional loan, or an all-cash buyer that says, hey, like, I can close tomorrow. You can't. You can close when your home sells and you have that equity. So that's the kind of pro and con there, using a contingency. In most cases, I've done this many times for my clients, my sellers. it works seamlessly. The biggest key thing that you really need to do when working on contingent sales like this is to have a really, really good agent and someone that's really on point and detailed about how all those pieces need to work. Things need to happen in a very systematic, very laid out process, step by step. It's something that you really need to have a lot of eyes and just really watching, okay, this is going to happen, then this is going to happen. So that way, that final move, it has time for you. When you close on your sale, you have a move out period that you maybe negotiate an extra week rent back period, something like that, or just to stay in possession for a few days so you can do that final pack up and move. And by the next day, you'll close on your next property and then you just move right in, one move. So the key there is really being detailed on how that process is going to work and really working with hyper communicating between your agent and the other listing agent on the purchase side of things. They need to be talking about timelines and how it's going to work, so that way both clients on both sides, all parties are really going to get the best deal and not have so much stress making that one move. The other option that you have when having to sell a house in order to purchase is basically, you could rent. So essentially what you can do is go find a short-term rental, like an Airbnb that's maybe a long-term month-to-month type rental. What I would recommend at that point is get the rental. That way you don't have to stress about the sale and how things are going to happen. You get the rental, you can pack up everything you have in a mobile like pod storage, so that way you pack it all up. It gets stored somewhere off site so it can just be delivered later when you move in. But this would be the way for you to just essentially get out of your house, get settled in somewhere, and kind of calm down and just casually look for homes, so you're not in that rushed phase like you would have to be a bit more when you're selling contingent. When you're selling contingent, you really got to get out there and look, and you got to get offers accepted, and you're on a certain set pace. If you decide to rent first or maybe stay with family and you have an indefinite timeline that you can do that, I would recommend looking into that, because then you can kind of home shop at your own pace and really maybe be a little bit more picky. You can sell your house once you're out of it as well. It gives you an opportunity to do some nice remodeling, painting, a little bit easier. You could stage it and really have it show well and really maximize your sale. Even using things like the Compass Concierge program that's exclusive to us at Compass. You can pull from your equity to actually upfront get as much as you need to do a full kitchen remodel, full bath, full house, whatever. Even then, Compass Concierge also helps you with moving costs, so you can even use some of those funds in that moving process as well. So that's another option to really just give you the ability to sell your house, to be able to purchase a new one. You will be moving twice, but that's kind of the give and take, pros and cons in that scenario. All right, so the last thing, kind of an option that you have, if you gotta sell and buy, you need your sale to close, you need that money to be able to buy, is something that is called a bridge loan. So here exclusively, when you work with me at Compass, Compass offers something called Compass Bridge Loan. So what that is, on approved clients, you got to go through, run your criteria of your home and everything just like you would with a lender to get pre-approved to purchase. With a Compass Bridge Loan, what you can actually do is tap into the equity in your home, and you can use that up front to get an advance to be able to put as a down payment and to purchase your next home first. So in that scenario, assuming that you get approved and you fit the criteria there, you'd be able to actually start, don't even have to think about selling your home yet. You get approved, you basically go home shopping, find that next home, close on it, you get moved in, and now your home is empty, waiting to go on the market. And that's a perfect opportunity right there to really, you only have to move once, and once you move out in your new home, it really allows you to kind of have a nice calm home sale process, because there's not so much stress on it, especially now in a seller's market where most likely it's going to sell pretty quickly. If you're contingent, that can be more stressful because home's in escrow within 3 days, but you still need to go find a purchase. when you do it the other way around with a Compass bridge loan, you can move into your new home, find the perfect home, move in. Now that your old home is vacant, emptied out, great time to also use Compass Concierge, tap into that equity as well to maybe do a quick $5,000 into some paint, carpet. Maybe you want to do a little bit of remodeling in just the bathrooms, just a little bit, just to really freshen it up. Or you want to use that Compass Concierge to actually pay for some nice staging to really have the home show really, really well with some nice design staging that really fits the style of the home, and then maximize how much you're actually going to sell the home for. And since you're out and you're already moved in, you can be pretty selective. If offers are coming in and they're not quite where you want, you can give it a little time, let the market play out until you get the offer that you feel is what your home is worth. So those are a few options that you have when having to sell a current home in order to buy a home. If you have any more questions on how that process works, feel free to reach out to me. I'm a local guy here in San Diego. I will also put some links down below for the Compass Bridge Loan Program as well as our Compass Concierge programs. Yeah, that's what we got. So it's a really easy process at the end of the day. It happens all the time. It's very common. Most people need to move up from an existing house. So it's really something that is not as stressful as what you might think. So don't let it be stressful. Find a good agent, work with a great lender, and you'll be fine.